Welcome back, sirs and madams. This is episode 2 of Branden Plays Skyrim. We are in Bleak Falls Barrow now, about to grab the Dragon's Claw, or at least the first one we come across. This one is just a little bit shorter, about 9 minutes shorter, I'd say. So, not a huge difference, but at least it's under 30 minutes, which is the original time that I was looking for, with a maximum of 30, not a maximum of 40, because that's just a little bit too long in my opinion for episode by episode Let's Plays. So I'm sure you've noticed from, if you watched, if you watched the first episode of this, that I don't do commentary while I play, that I record the commentary afterward. And the reason for that is not purposeful. The reason for that is because this is the only way I've so far been able to do it. With my video pad, video editor, video debut, whatever the hell it is, for some reason it does not detect my snowball mic while I'm recording video. It doesn't give me an option for a microphone. When I'm also trying to use the Logitech webcam that I have, and I try to record audio while I'm recording that video, it won't recognize the microphone. But for some reason, when I'm recording audio as a narration, then it'll recognize it. So what I gotta do is I have to press play on this video as soon as I'm about to record the narration, and then as quick as I can layer it over it. And so right now I'm just sort of watching my video play out and doing my recording around the same time. Let's see. Oh man, so I originally was going to say that this was one of my favorite missions when... Well, first of all, let me talk about this. The reason why I am attacking this guy instead of letting him go about his unnatural fate of being barraged by arrows. I want to get the experience, and as you see from this kill, I do get a little bit of experience. I get some experience in, I guess it's one-handed. I thought it would be in archery. But yeah, if I didn't, there's that one-handed increase to level 22. If I didn't pull out my daggers and, go at this bandit outlaw, which admittedly he's a little bit tougher than normal bandits that you come across at this level. But if I didn't take out my daggers on this guy, I wouldn't have got that, extra experience. So this puzzle is a little self-explanatory. Look from left to right. We've got snake, whale. Put down a snake, and put down a whale. There you go. As the game progresses, obviously the puzzles get a little bit more difficult, to the point where I, refrain from looking them up, but it just was frustrating just now from, screw it. I admit defeat. You got me, game. I'm going to look up the puzzle and, figure out how to do this. Something that I thought was interesting is the fact that the thief book is directly after, this puzzle. I'm wondering why specifically it is the thief book that I acquire instead of, a book about, armor or magicka or anything like that. I guess with flavor-wise, if I'm going to assume that this book was put here because of flavor of story or whatever, I guess it makes the most sense. What other kind of person would be, going down a crypt searching for a golden claw than a thief? You're probably not gonna see a big tough warrior be going through puzzles inside of a crypt. He's probably gonna be trying to take down giants and take down mammoths and take down dragons and orcs and things like that. This dude, he's a funny guy. I think there should be a little bit of a hint at the fact of what his main goals are with the title of his name, Arjun the Swift. This guy might be trying to run like a motherfucker and get out of here, which you figure out later once you decide to take his trust, if you are trustworthy of him. I thought this was pretty funny. Holy shit. But there's your paralysis potion. And that's pretty damn effective, even for 7 seconds, for this thing to completely just flop. I felt like it might have been a better idea for me to take out my steel mace, run at him, and just beat the shit out of him until he wakes up. But I stayed with archery, since the archery is what I want to level up the most out of anything. If, you know, I am eventually, as I level up sneaking and attacking people, I'm either going to use 2 hands and daggers, or I'm going to use a bow. Right now, I'm going between destruction spells, and I'm going between maces and swords, just because I'm not leveled up enough to be able to really specialize in anything in specific. So, like I was gonna say before I started talking about what's actually going on in the game, oh my god! This guy looks dead, by the way. Look at him, he's just pure blackish brown, like a mummy that just got unraveled. It's pretty gross.
Help me down and I'll show you.
But anyway,
the power the Nords have hidden there.
I'm sorry, I was just thinking about a joke that I really don't want to say. But yeah, this mission definitely has, you know, really fun parts to it. There's a lot that they introduce. In this mission, you've got a little bit of a mini boss fight in the beginning, which is, you know, the giant spider, the giant spider, pretty much. You've got the, you know, your very first shout that you get at the end of the game. Not at the end of the game, but at the end of the mission, which is cool. I actually do something against that drow. I think it's a drow. How do you pronounce it? Draugr? I think it's a drow. That's what I'm going to call it. But I come across a weapon or a scroll that I previously had never come across playing this game. So, yeah, that was really cool. And I'm not going to say what happened, but it ended up doing some real fucking damage, as opposed to me barely surviving, you know, every other time I've played against him. Because what am I right now, like a level 5, a level 4 maybe? Oh, this is fun. It's very fun to use this door to your advantage against the drow. Whatever the fuck you call it, I don't care. As soon as I'm about to... Oh, damn it. Was it this guy? Oh, I guess it was the other dude. Yeah, why should I stab you to death when I can just whack you in the face with a steel-bladed door? It's always the better option. If you're given the option, always take the steel-bladed door. But what was I even freaking talking about? Who the hell knows? I was talking about the drow. I was talking about... Oh, I was going to mention something about Fallout 4. I was gonna say that I don't think... No, weapons are spawned pretty randomly. You know, I was talking about how this scroll was something I'd never come across before. Oh! What I was gonna talk about was the health. The health. Before playing Fallout 4, I used healing spells and healing potions whenever I could. If I was low at all, I would just use it because I wanted to be full health all the time. But when you're playing Fallout, you don't have the luxury of health regeneration. Even in 2015, when they want to make games easier for everyone, you don't have the luxury of health regeneration. And if you want to bring your health back up, you're going to have to use a stim pack, you're going to have to eat some radiated meat, all that stuff. But with this, your health will slowly heal, and you know, the higher level you are, the more you know, upgrades you to your health, it's gonna heal faster. So, you know, I've noticed that even though I've only been playing this game for what, maybe 2 or 3 hours now, that I have not been using health potions as much as I used to. Because I'm like, oh cool, my health actually is going up and I don't have to do anything in order for that to happen. So, you know, that was definitely a perk. I don't like picking up any ancient Nord bullshit, just because you can't get it from any what am I trying to say? You can't get it from any vendors. Nobody sells ancient Nord stuff, as far as my knowledge, from what I remember. So I feel it kind of worthless to pick up an ancient Nord arrow, and once you run out of them, you're out of them. That's just my little OCD thing. Almost kill myself here. Jesus. So yeah, I either just pick up those temporarily because the the Nord bow is just a little bit more effective than the take it, bitch, than the hunting bow. Although I don't like using ancient Nord items just because of some strange little tick of mine, and this is always fun whenever you get the chance to just blow the smithereens out of a crypt or whatever you're doing. It's always fun. And even though I'm a Khajiit and I'm not Magicka based and Magicka isn't my thing, breaking out the flame spell once in a while to incinerate your foes always leaves you with a satisfying, happy, snuggly feeling inside your tummy. So yeah, I'll do that every once in a while. And you know, you've got your little, you know, you don't have the VATS system in this game, but you still, if you get a special extra damage or whatever the hell it is, you know, you'll get a little cutscene of your character beating the shit out of whatever opponent it is you're beating the shit out of. So I enjoy that, and it's always fun to capture one of those in the video. Oh, fuck. Guys, help me out. Man, I went over pretty much freaking everything, and I don't want to just talk about, like, stuff that's has nothing to do with the video at all. You know, I don't want to be like, so this is what happened at work today, and this is what happened at school. Even though I guess I will tell you, you know, the whole situation I have right now. So, you know my whole, what I'm able to afford as far as new stuff to help out, you know, with this channel, and, you know, when I want to end up going to Magic, and, you know, when I do go to Magic, I would like to get a video camera, like an actual handheld video camera to bring with me, and maybe record a few, you know, games of Modern or Commander or things like that with friends, and make little, you know, friendly tournaments and post that. But, you know, if that's not your thing, if you came to this, you know, channel just to watch, you know, gameplay of games, and, you know, you're seeing RPG games for the most part here, so I'm assuming, since this is, you know, the first kind of games that I'm uploading, that RPGs are the kind of thing that you'll want to see. But, I can't really think of any other RPGs that I'm going to be uploading anytime soon. I did have some ideas of other games that I wanted to buy to do for this channel. So let me just give you a little synopsis of, you know, the plans that I have. So first of all, the first plans were, of course, you know, finishing Fallout 4 and finishing the mission videos, which, like I said in the last video, I'm going to be doing the exact same thing with Skyrim, except for this is going to be with commentary. So, you know, if you enjoy commentary over non-commentary, you'll get that. If you enjoy non-commentary over commentary, you'll get that with Fallout 4. So these are the first two things I'm going to be focusing on. The other thing that I wanted to focus on that I'm not really able to do right now because of what I said was my setup with not being able to use the webcam at the same time as I'm using audio. I wanted to do just kind of chill, relax indie game videos of, you know, me playing and, you know, seeing my reaction and that sort of thing, because, you know, that's always fun for, you know, games like Five Nights at Freddy's. Even though I'm really wanting to stay away from that, or, you know, Slenderman or anything like that, because that has been done to death. People get stop it. But, you know, it's a classic, even though it was made within the last year or two. I guess you could consider it an indie classic. It's already at that status. But more obscure type stuff is the kind of things that I wanted to do, where it's recording, you know, my reaction and, you know, the game that I'm playing, and you know, a little bit more laid back and things like that. But the games that I wanted to do some more commentary on, I was thinking about, what was it called? Like, it was an RTS that came out recently called, oh my god, it's like this planet that it sounds like Karakan or something like that, but all the other games that were part of that series in the past took part in space, and this one's actually taking part on land. And the graphics are really beautiful, and there's a lot of attention to detail in both the, holy shit, I'm almost dead, in both the attention to the visuals and the attention to the gameplay. And as far as an RTS goes, it looks really intuitive, and it looks like it really flows together really well. So once I actually get around to buying that, I'm still on the fence about it. I'll let you guys know about that. But yeah, so far those are my plans. I was thinking about also doing just video updates of, you know, I was gonna call the series Branden Rambles or something about that, which is pretty much what I'm doing right now, so I don't know what the point of that would be. But, you know, that was another video idea I had here to post on this channel. Every single time I've been in here, besides now, I've without fail lighted up the floor with flames, because it's fun. Like I said, if you can do it, do it. But I already had my restoration spell out and my mace out. I was doing pretty well, so I didn't feel like taking the extra time to do that. And after this, I end up going to another crypt. I'm not sure if you'd call it a crypt or just a dungeon or a freaking cave or whatever. I was planning on going right back to the dude, freaking Lucan Valerian, my man crush, and just, you know, give him his quest right away. But, you know, I decided to do a little bit something extra. This is really easy to memorize. Even if you don't remember the different symbols, all you've got to do is click twice for each one. It's always the third option to the left that is the correct option. So we've got a bear, we got a moth, we got a pretty little owl. Aww. At first I thought it was a cocoon. It might be a cocoon. Who the hell fucking cares? I don't care. But there's your first Dragon Claw puzzle. There's a bunch of different caves that have a few other Dragon Claw puzzles, and we'll probably get to all of them. Maybe I might just be doing, you know, main quest missions. I might, you know, if the main quests get too few and far between, I'll do a lot of side quests. I find the Imperial vs. Stormcloak missions to be pretty boring to a point. They get kind of repetitive. I think the main quest missions are a little disappointing as far as that goes. But here you get to see some really cool shit. Kaboom! He's out. But I get a scroll of Conjure Storm Atronach. Is it called Atronach? Okay. I thought it was going to be this ice giant dude, but it's just a swirling pile of rocks that beat the shit out of dead things, which is my idea of fun. A swirling pile of rocks that beat the shit out of dead things. I think that's a pretty good time. I think a lot of people would agree with me too. So here we go. You gotta hold it for a few seconds. You can't just click, click, boom, and it's gone. I don't really know how fast this guy went down to half or below health, but half or below half health, but it happened really fast. Boom, one hit. And I think it was 2 hits from that guy, and he was down for the count. So I was lucky, and I just happened to have a summoning scroll. Usually you just get like a flame scroll or an ice, blizzard scroll or whatever, and that just helps keep you alive for. God, is he fucking ugly? But it's what's inside that counts. Your stony heart is what counts. It's what I love about you. I love your lack of emotions. It makes me feel safe. Like I'm not gonna be judged by a human companion. So thank you. Thank you, Storm Atronach, for not giving a shit about me on the inside. Alright, so here he comes. I go check to make sure he's coming with me. He gets stuck on a freaking step, so who cares? I'm a little concerned because it seems that the frame rate's a little bit fuzzy. This is not a gaming computer. The computer that I have is not a gaming computer. It's a few $1,000 computer, or like $1,000, $2,000 computer, but it's not specifically made for gaming. So I might have to buy myself an external hard drive to make things run a little bit smoother. But God, I got it from Best Buy because I'm a fucking idiot. But when I got it from Best Buy, I asked, okay, which one of these computers is more able to be playing, games? Am I able to play games on this computer? And he said, yeah, it's a Dell. I don't know what the hell kind of Dell it is. What the hell kind of Dell? XPS. Oh shit, son. XPS Core 17 Intel Core. No, not Core 17. Core i7. It's a Core i7. And I love how skeletons are around. All you hear is the creak, because their knees are in such damn bad shape that they just can't sneak. What would be awesome would be if somebody made a mod where one of the classes or one of the races you could pick from was skeleton. Oh my god, I would pick that so freaking fast. It would be great. What other ones would be a good idea? If you want to comment and leave a race or a class that you would have loved to been able to play, obviously dragons, like humanoid dragons would have been really cool, or just dragons, just plain old dragons. If someone, I'm not sure if somebody has already, but a mod where you just start off as Alduin or Super Mario the Dragon, pretty much. Okay, I would definitely play that. That sounds like a whole hell lot of fun. I would like to start off as a cow. I would like to start off as a chicken, as a giant, as well, you can be an orc, so that's kind of dumb. But if you could be like okay, so I was thinking about if I made my own mods. I think if I made a mod that wasn't like a comedic, like just for the shits and giggles mod, like a mod that felt like DLC and added to the gameplay, the first thing I would do is make it so that Helgen never got destroyed. So I'd make Helgen an actual like town you can visit, town you can fast travel to, a town with vendors and new side missions and quests and things like that. This goddamn asshole keeps regenerating as soon as he... Yeah, and he almost got rid of all my arrows, too. As soon as he turns that corner, he just... Oh, God. It reminds me of that side quest. Well, actually, it's more like a main quest inside the Thieves Guild. But when you've got to go down into that basement and poison the dudes... like alcohol supply or whatever. Finally, that asshole died. There's some dude that's just like chilling down there with the spiders, and he is absolutely insane, and he's casting ice spells that can kill you in 1 or 2 hits. And the dude who gave you that mission is like, sorry, my bad. At least you killed him, right? So, bruh. But, and he's like, well, if I told you he was down there, you wouldn't have taken the mission. Well, also, if you told me he was down there, I probably would have been prepared and had more of a chance of not being dead. So, your whole plan would have gone kaput if I, in fact, died. Which is pretty damn true for a lot of parts of this game, if I died, then the game would go kaput, which is why I don't really die, I just respawn. Anyway, more skeletons. Let's kill as many damn skeletons as we can, because it's not like they're dead enough. I forgot what loot I got out of here. I think there was a really giant pile in one of the loot chests. I'm not sure if it's the one that I already got out of or if it's a new one. It's probably a different one. But I'm really excited for the new stuff that I'm going to come across with. Oh god, that definitely made me jump. There were a few moments in this mission where I did in fact jump a few times out of half fear and out of holy shit, I didn't expect that, which I guess you could consider fear. And it was mostly when a dead man would come on me oh Jesus Christ, I wish I could edit that out. Mostly that would make me jump too. I do not want a dead man to come on me, but only when like a skeleton or a drow would sneak up from behind me and go boo, then I'd be frightened and I would jump in my seat a little bit. I love third person. I like knowing what my character looks like. I like checking out my character, seeing how cool he looks. So whenever I get the chance to switch things up and go in third person, I'll do that. What's up, man crush? I really got to talk to my elf friend and figure out how to ask you out correctly because I'm really freaking nervous. But this is definitely getting me one step closer to my evil plans. Gave you back the claw. Now he's trusting me a little bit more than he had before, which is why I get to steal gold right off of his shelf, as well as coin purses and bread and cheese. Which is a little bit strange to me. It's like when you befriend that lady who you beat the shit out of that bard, who tells her that he's going to own her like a Nord owns a wild beast, which is really flattering, by the way. That if you're ever playing out asking out a woman or a man, always treat them like property. And like you're going to tame their wild beast side.
For you, that was just sitting
totally a joke. So don't ever really do that unless the person that you like just happens to be into that, which is perfectly fine.
It's a fine
so stealing all of his food, stealing all of his money. I do not want your cast iron pot. I am not going to be cooking any meth. So you can go ahead and keep that for when you want to cook some meth. Thank you for smiling on me with the divines. I really appreciate that. That makes me feel better on the inside. As far as food goes, I feel like all the soups are pointless. All of the recipes are pointless. All you gotta do is get some meat and get some salt piles, and you're good. Honestly, that's freaking all you need. Do not waste your time on the carrots and the tomatoes and the tomatoes and the potatoes and the potatoes. At least in my opinion, I think it's really kind of not worth it. But anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble with this video.
Are you a hunter by chance? The
hills
surrounding the village are ripe with game.
Alright, well, see you later then. Goodbye.